Welcome to Profile Building, the podcast by Advance My Profile. Here, we talk about what it really takes to build a strong, defensible immigration profile, the evidence, the strategy, and the mistakes that decide whether a profile gets approved. So today, we're doing a deep dive based on a 2026 guide from advancemyprofile.com.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating piece of source material.
It really is. And our mission today is basically decoding the psychology of immigration officers. We want to understand, why highly qualified people still stumble on their documentation.
Right, because to build a truly defensible profile, we first have to understand the biggest fear in the entire process.
The dreaded RFE.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
request for evidence.
Okay, let's unpack this, because an RFE feels like a rejection, right? Like you get that notice and panic.
Oh, absolutely. People see it and think it's over.
Yeah, but the source says it's diagnostic. So is it basically a check engine light for your application?
That's a perfect way to put it. It is exactly like a check
Yeah.
engine light. RFEs aren't random. They signal uncertainty.
All right.
Officers don't just assume excellence. They issue RFEs when an applicant's claims exceed their proof or if the evidence just lacks clarity.
So they're just saying, hey, pop the hood, let me see what's going on in here.
Right. They need to see the mechanics of your achievements.
So if an RFE is just a warning light, what actually triggers it?
Well, looking at the common 2026 mistakes, it usually comes down to the excellence trap.
The excellence trap. What is that?
It's when applicants confuse their standard job duties with exceptional achievements.
Oh, I see.
So they might say, I led a project or I managed a big team.
Which sounds important.
It sounds great on a resume, sure, but officers want to see quantifiable industry influence. They want to know how you changed the field, not just that you did your job.
Wow. Okay. And I bet people rely way too heavily on employer prestige too, right?
Oh, constantly. They assume that having a famous company name on their application is just going to cover up weak personal evidence.
Like a corporate halo effect?
Exactly, but it doesn't work that way.
But wait, can't you just get a glowing recommendation letter to prove your impact? Like, if my VP writes an amazing letter for me, doesn't that fix it?
You would think so, but no. In 2026, officers easily spot generic letters.
Really?
Yeah, if the letter just repeats your resume, they basically ignore it.
Oh, wow.
They know your direct supervisor is biased. What they really need is independent validation. Someone outside your bubble who can vouch for your national or international impact.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because to get that independent proof, people usually submit published articles, right?
Right.
But the source explicitly warns about predatory journals and pay to publish platforms.
Yes, that is a huge red flag for officers right now.
So you can't just buy your way into a publication to look good?
No, not at all. Independent recognition means real citations, actual third-party awards.
Yeah.
You have to have legit proof.
So you gather all this legit proof, and then what? Do you just send them a giant box of papers?
No, please don't do that. Disorganized data dumps instantly trigger RFEs.
Oh, because it confuses the officer.
Exactly. They don't have time to sort through a mess.
Yeah.
Successful applicants for things like the EV1A or the EB2 NIW, they use something called evidence architecture.
Evidence architecture. Okay, how does that work?
It means you are indexing specific documents to specific criteria.
So it's very structured.
Highly structured. Every claim maps to a specific piece of proof. The strongest cases actually understate their claims and then over-document their proof.
I love that. Understate the claim, over-document the proof.
Right. You make it undeniable.
Now, tying this all back, if you do end up getting that RFE, the guide mentions that emotional or defensive responses just completely destroy your credibility.
Oh, yeah. You can't take it personally. You have to stay objective and just provide the evidence they're asking for.
So what does this all mean? It seems to me that success in this process is really about defensibility, not luck.
Precisely.
It's about strategy.
It is, which actually brings up a really provocative thought.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if immigration officers are demanding such intense, verifiable proof of your impact in 2026, could the process of building an immigration profile actually force professionals to become more honest and clear about their true life's work?
Wow. Wait, that is a really profound way to look at it, because it forces you to strip away all the corporate jargon.
Exactly. You have to figure out what your actual tangible impact on the world has been.
That's a phenomenal thought to leave on. Well, that wraps up today's deep dive. Thank you so much for breaking all this down.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
And to our listeners, if you found this discussion helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow the podcast for more valuable immigration strategies. We will see you next time.